In today's session, we will talk about semantics and lexicon. Every language has a vocabulary or lexicon which forms one part of its grammar. In linguistic terminology, the lexicon of a language is a sum of all words, more precisely, lexemes of this language. The sum of all lexemes that an individual speaker has in his or her mind is often referred to as mental lexicon. It is not just a list of words, but also includes that information about words that is not predictable by general grammatical rules. When you want to refer only to words of a language, excluding grammatical or other information, we talk of vocabulary of this language. Lexicology is concerned with the lexicon of a language and a description and delimitation of each individual meaning. The term lexicology is of Greek origin, from lexis or word and logos or signs. It is a part of linguistics which deals with a vocabulary of the language and characteristic feature of words and word groups. Lexicology can study the development of vocabulary, the origin of words and word groups, the semantic relations, and the development of the sound form and meaning. It helps to stimulate a systematic approach to the facts of vocabulary and organized comparison of the foreign and native languages. There are two principal methods for describing lexical items or words, though the two can always be combined in various ways. One method is by writing a dictionary and another by writing a thesaurus. But before we talk about methodology of lexicology, we need to first look at the difference between dictionary and thesaurus. A dictionary is an actual book constituting of an attempt to list the lexicon of a language. The difference between dictionary and thesaurus is that in a dictionary, words are simply arranged where we can find them in alphabetical order in English. So, the place where the word occurs tells us nothing about what it means. In a dictionary, we find a sequence of words. In a thesaurus, on the other hand, words that are similar are grouped together. So, for example, all the words that are species of fish or all the words of emotions, etc., are grouped accordingly to their specific category. In a dictionary, the entries are organized as follows. The head word or lemma, often in bold or some other special font. Its pronunciation in some form of alphabetic notation. its word class as in parts of speech, its etymology as in historical origin and derivation, its definitions, and citations or examples of its use. Most dictionaries follow this general structure, but variations are of course found. In a thesaurus, by contrast, there is no separate entry for each word. The word occurs simply as a part of a list, and it is the place of a word in the whole construction of the book that tells us what it means. A lexical taxonomy is an organization of words into classes and subclasses, not on the basis of form, but on the basis of meaning, that is, not grammatical class, but semantic classes. A thesaurus takes all the lexical items that it contains and arranges them in a single, comprehensive taxonomy. A thesaurus presents information about words in a very different way from a dictionary. But although a thesaurus does not give definitions, it provides other evidence for finding out the meaning of an unknown word. When we use a thesaurus to search for synonyms as an aid to writing, for example, what we are really looking for are words that share a common privilege of occurrence. The importance of meaning has been recognized since time immemorial. In the Vedas, meaning is treated as the essence of language. Ancient Indian scholars such as Katyayana, Patanjali, Vyasa, etc. regard the relationship of word and meaning as eternal. The term meaning is frequently used in everyday speech and also in linguistics. In order to have a clear picture of the nature of meaning, we need to know some basic terminology such as word and its external and internal structures. The word is a unit of speech which serves the purpose of human communication. The modern approach to word studies is based on distinguishing between the external and internal structures of the word. External structure of the word is its morphological structure. For example, let us take the word post-impressionist. The following morphemes can be distinguished. The prefixes post and im, the root press, the noun forming suffixes ion, ist, and the grammatical suffix of plurality s. The internal structure of the word or its meaning is the word's semantic structure. It is the word's main aspect. When we talk about meaning, we are talking about the ability of human beings to understand one another when they speak. This ability, to some extent, is connected with grammar. Let us take the most famous example given by Chomsky. Colorless green ideas slip furiously. In a sentence like this, one has to take into account at least two different types of meaning: lexical meaning and grammatical meaning. Full words have some kind of intrinsic meaning. They refer to objects, actions and qualities that can be identified in the external world, such as table, banana, sleep, eat, red, etc. Such words are said to have lexical meaning. Empty words have little or no intrinsic meaning. They exist because of their grammatical function in the sentence. For example, "and" is used to join items, or "or" is used to indicate alternative. "Of" sometimes indicates possession. These words have grammatical meaning. Grammatical meaning refers mainly to the meaning of grammatical items as did, which, or past tense marker ed. Grammatical meaning may also cover notions such as subject and object, sentence types as interrogative, imperative, etc. The study of meaning and its manifestation in language is normally referred to as semantics. The shorter Oxford Dictionary gives the meaning of semantics as relating to signification or meaning. Broadly speaking, semantics is that aspect of linguistics which deals with the relations between reference, that is names, and reference, that is things. That is, linguistic levels or words, expressions or phrases, and the objects or concepts or ideas to which they refer, and with the history and changes in the meaning of words. It is a branch of linguistics devoted to the investigation of linguistic meaning, the interpretation of expressions in a language system. It is concerned with the meaning of linguistic units, especially with the form of the content plane of language. Semantics is therefore the study of the meaning of linguistic expressions. The language can be a natural language, such as English or Navajo, or an artificial language like a computer programming language. Meaning in natural languages is mainly studied by linguists. In fact, semantics is one of the main branches of contemporary linguistics. These ideas that meaningful units combine systematically to form larger meaningful units, and understanding sentences is a way of working out these combinations has probably been the most important theme in contemporary semantics. Linguists who study semantics look for general rules that bring out the relationship between form, which is the observed arrangement of words in sentences, and meaning. In short, we can see that semantics is a study of the relation between form and meaning. So now the important question is, how is a meaningful words sentence built up from its meaningful parts all the way down to individual words? So in order to answer this question, let's look at these examples. Example number 1, dog bites man. In this sentence, we see that this is just an ordinary expected event, barely something worthwhile reporting. Another sentence, man bites dog. This sentence is an unusual, infrequent event which is more likely to be reported. The words such as man, dog, bites have the same meaning, though different structure can lead to different meaning of a whole sentence. Structure overtly manifested in the differences between word order indicates how man and dog are related to the verb bites. In the narrow sense, semantic relations are relations between concepts or meanings. The concept school should be distinguished from the word school. School is a kind of educational institution. This indicates a hierarchical or generic relationship between two concepts or meanings, which is one kind among a long range of kinds of semantic relations. Some important kinds of semantic relations are: the first is polysemy. The semantic structure of the word does not present an indissoluble unit, nor does it necessarily stand for one concept. Most words convey several concepts and thus possess the corresponding number of the meanings. A word having several meanings is called polysemantic, and the ability of words to have more than one meaning is described by the term polysemy. Most of the English words are polysemantic. At a certain stage of language development, the production of new words by morphological means becomes limited, and polysemy becomes increasingly important in providing the means for enriching the vocabulary. The most prevalent type of polysemy is the result of ordinary contextual shift in application. For instance, the different meanings of red in red ink, red Indian, etc. Homonyms are the words which is identical in sound and spelling or at least in one of these aspects, but different in their meanings. For example, bank as in a shore or bank as an institution. English vocabulary is rich in such pairs and even groups of words. Homonyms, which are same in sound and spelling, are termed homonyms proper. Homonyms, which are same in sound but different in spellings, are called homophones. Synonyms are words of the same category of part of speech, conveying the same concept but different either in shades of meaning or in stylistic characteristics. Synonymy is one of the modern linguistics' most controversial problems. Next semantic relation is antonyms. Antonyms are words of the same category of parts of speech which have contrasting meanings such as hot, cold. They usually appear in pairs, but a polysemantic word may have an antonym for each of its meanings, as in light, heavy, light, dark. Antonymy is not evenly distributed among the categories of parts of speech. Most antonyms are adjectives, which is quite natural because qualitative characteristics are easily compared and contrasted. Verbs take second place as an example, to lose or to find. Nouns are not rich in antonyms as in friend and enemy. Language is a social behavior and meaning is a social phenomenon. In short, language is more than an individual's possession or ability, and it exists because of its life and social interaction, and meaning is shaped and negotiated in social interaction, and meaning should be studied with due recognition of its social setting.